Block here at MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Cusick from the Cusick Group, securities offered by MoneyBlock. Here to talk about the technical side of the markets, give you some perspective, not only what was happening in the price action in the past, but also give you some forward-looking anticipation of where stocks could be potentially moving in the future. Now, how do we do all that? We're going to look at charts and we're going to look at options. Now, please, folks, don't take a step back and go, I know nothing about charts, I know nothing about options. That is not what's important here. It's sitting down and listening to the data, and I'll give you statistics and probabilities of where these things can potentially go. Now you're then going to have some transparency and some conviction. The names that I want to take a look at today have what I call a binary event, and we're going to walk through the charts, walk through the options, and then give you an idea of strategically where is the opportunity based on what implied volatility is telling you. So the three names that I'm going to take a look at today have earnings. The first name is Oracle Systems, ORCL. This is a huge software company. Most people around the world have heard of it. Today it's trading at $40.84. It's down about 4 cents or about 0.1%. Now, the first thing that I do as an investor and trader is look at what the options are telling me about potential movement for the underlying going into, in this case, this particular event. In other words, basically into tonight's action. Right now, taking a look at the options that are expiring this week, they're pricing in the potential that Oracle could be either up $1.50 or down $1.50. That means that it could be trading at $43 or $42.50 or as low as $48.50. Now that's a 3% range, either up or down, that's being priced into Oracle going into this earnings event. So now you have a range here of basically 42.5 and 38.5 that you can work with, and you can watch that tonight after the close when Oracle announces earnings. Now, the next thing I look at is the charts, and there are going to be two moving averages that I focus in on right here and now. It's the 20-day and the 50-day moving average. The reason why? The 20-day moving average gives me a feel for trend, up or down. The 50-day moving average gives me a feel of where the institutions are trading. The 20-day moving average on Oracle comes in at $40.08, so it's right below where the stock is currently trading right now. You also have the 50-day moving average at $39.21. Okay, so you have the stock trading above the 50-day moving average. That gives me a bullish short-term trend. It also is telling me that over the last 50 days, there's been some decent participation at lower prices on Oracle compared to where it's trading today. That means that unless we start testing these critical areas, the trend is still your friend. Now, implied volatility, what is it telling you? Well, it's at a 54% rank. And implied volatility is that component that gives us that forecast capability of, in other words, implying where the potential stock could be either up or down. That's how I got that estimated move calculation. Now, what is this telling us? That's telling us that there's moderate implied volatility in this underlying. That means that if you're a strategist that is bullish, because and this is the way I look at strategy deployment, this means that you're probably, if you're bullish, you're looking to buy stock into this event potentially, if you're bullish. In other words, you have to do a little more homework. If you're bearish, you're looking to potentially sell stock into this event. Again, if you're bearish, and that's what implied volatility would be indicating is the most optimal strategic approach to take. So now that we've done all this work, you can take a step back and you have a better idea about Oracle. So let's do the same analysis with the next stock, Jabil Circuits. That's ticker symbol JBL. Stock's trading at $22. Stock's up 50 cents today, or about 2.35%. The options are pricing in the potential for Jabil going into this earnings announcement to be either up $1.47 or down $1.47. That means it could be at $23.47 or it could be as low as $21.50. All right, or $20.50. That's a 6.6% range, either up or down. And again, this is not directionally biased. Now the 20-day moving average comes in at 21.26, so that's right below where the stock is trading. And the 50-day moving average, which is above the 20-day moving average, by, just as a note, is at 21.36, but still above where the stock is trading. So we're going to have a tight range here. This trend could shift very significantly on J-bill. We're going to watch this very closely. Implied volatility rank is at 77%. If you have an IV rank that's at 77%, high IV means that if you're bullish, you're going to be doing transactions like selling out of the money puts, taking advantage of that implied volatility. And if you don't mind owning the stock, if it goes below that short put price, you're going to be basically purchasing the stock at the strike price minus the premium at a better price than the prevailing market. Now, if you're bearish, you'd be selling calls. You'd be selling out of the money calls, and that's just taking advantage of a potential pullback. If you own the stock and you're going to an event like this, selling calls against your stock, that could be advantageous, especially if the stock stays flat or goes down. So that's what we're looking at in J-bill. The last name that we want to take a look at, using the same analysis, is going to be Adobe Systems, ADBE. The stock's trading at 104.84, down 97 cents, or about 0.9%. Now, the options are pricing in the potential for Adobe going into earnings to move either up or down about $5.75. That's a 5.4% potential move either up or down going into this event after hours. Now, the 20-day moving average comes in at 103.95, so the stock is trading just above that 20-day moving average, so the trend is up. The 50-day moving average comes in at 105.99. So as a matter of fact, the 50-day moving average is above the 104. If we see that the stock has positive earnings guidance and it moves to the upside after hours, that could mean that institutions like what they had to heard, and they could be buying into this upside move. Implied volatility rank comes in at 72%. That is high. So again, if you see high IV, you're going to see strategies that are being deployed like selling out of the money puts if you're bullish, or if you're bearish, selling out of the money calls. Now, there are plenty of other strategies based on implied volatility that you could deploy. And we're going to be putting some components in the premium section at marketstream.live where you can learn more. But these are just the basic strategies that you could start looking at. And now that context of using charts and option pricing to see where stocks have traded and where they're forecasted to potentially move. Now you have a range. Gives you a lot more transparency. Allows you to sleep and invest so much more better. All right, folks. Well, join me at 4:30 Eastern Time for the closing bell. Till then, have a great rest of the trading day. Take care and see you on marketstream.live.